Yeah, but what about sodium? I've heard this a lot. Just like the fat thing I talked about in the last video, people seem to get caught up on sodium for some reason. I've actually had some friends, I put on macros, I told them eat in whatever you need to eat to get your macros, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you're not eating healthy right now, so anything you do will be healthier, specifically if you're eating less calories than you're used to eating, you start burning fat. The lighter version of you, regardless of the food choices, is definitely healthier than the overweight version of you, even if you were eating healthy. But I have one friend who had a hard time hitting his protein, so I'm like, okay, go for some beef jerky. Hit some beef jerky. He's like, oh, okay, cool. And then like I checked in with him like 2 weeks later. He's like, I still can't hit my protein. I'm having a hard time. I'm like, didn't you start eating jerky? He goes, yeah, I did until I saw that there was like so much sodium in it. Okay, why? So what? You didn't hit your protein? I'm like, there's sodium in everything. He goes, yeah, well, I don't want to be unhealthy. So many times people focus on healthy and unhealthy based on what they think they know about dieting, which is usually not as much as they need to know in order to make educated and informed decisions based on science and all that good stuff. People don't know. So they hear the media say sodium is bad, sodium causes strokes or heart attacks or high blood pressure or this or that. And then what they don't realize is that you can eat 10 grams, 10,000 milligrams of sodium a day. And as long as your water was high enough to keep flushing things through your kidneys, through your blood, through your urine, as long as your water and your sodium, potassium, things are in balance, it doesn't matter how high it gets. It doesn't. You can eat a lot of sodium, and as long as your other electrolytes and your water is in balance, you're going to be okay. Now, eating too little sodium is a problem. We need sodium in our diet, and people fail to recognize that. See, a lot of times people think sodium makes them fat. A lot of times it happens with women. They'll eat a lot of sodium, and then they'll bloat. Specifically, if it's around their menstrual cycle, they will bloat a lot, and they'll think that the bloating and the weight gain is fat gain, and so they tend to try to stay away. So here's a trick. If you're a lady and you see this, and during your cycle, if you're retaining water, you want to push the water out. You want to slim down. Push your water to about 2 gallons a day. Maybe 1.5 gallons would be great, but if you can do 2 gallons a day for 3 days, the more water you drink, the more you're going to peak, because every sodium molecule attaches 3 water molecules, and so when you eat extra sodium, you retain extra water. So when you drink loads of water, it actually flushes the sodium out of your system, and with it goes that water that it's attracting. So it's kind of like, not exactly, but if you think about it like this, drink 1 gallon, pee 1.5 gallons. Now those aren't the numbers, but like that's kind of how it works. You drink 1 gallon, you pee more than 1 gallon to some degree. Right? At about day 3 or 4, all of your bloating will be gone. All of that extra sodium will be excreted. Your bloating, your water retention under the skin will all go away. See, the thing about sodium, guys, it doesn't make you fat. It has nothing to do with your macros. It's a micro. It's not a macro. Macros are your electrolytes, your minerals, your vitamins, micronutrient. Macronutrients, carbs, protein, fat, fiber. No. What was that? What was that, kid? Fat, carbs, protein, alcohol. Those are the 4. And then fiber goes into the carbohydrate section along with sugar alcohols. But sodium is not one of the macros. You do not have to hit your sodium. You do not have to avoid the sodium. It is a good idea to make sure that if you're eating a lot of sodium, anything over 4,000 milligrams a day, especially 5 or 6, that you're getting plenty of water to help balance things out. But sodium doesn't make you fat. It doesn't make you skinny either. It helps with hydration. It helps with water storage. It helps with muscle contractions. It helps with a lot of things, and you need it. You just also need water. But don't avoid certain foods because they're higher in sodium. Unless you have some sort of pre-existing condition and your doctor's told you to avoid sodium, then it's also a good idea to reduce your sodium and make sure that your water intake is high enough as well to keep things moving appropriately. Simple as that, guys. Don't fear salt. Don't fear salt. It doesn't make you fat.